Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated Journato evening headlines on March 25, 2022. The poor help the desperate. Moldova struggles to aid its fleeing neighbors. The Guardian, video, is there shooting here? Ukrainians find refuge in Moldova. God has left Mariupol. Diary entries chart horror of besieged city in Ukraine. The Guardian, Ukraine war, the most frightening thing is that the world will forget Mariupol. Those fleeing tell their stories. UK resettlement scheme for Ukrainians is a disgrace, says Britain in Lviv. The Guardian, Ukrainian boy, 4, refused visa to UK over passport, family says. BBC, shameful, delays in processing visas for Ukrainian refugees, Labour. The Independent, pregnant Ukrainian woman must wait for visa for her baby before travelling to UK. ITV News, family of Ukrainian Walton Hill residents settle in West Berkshire after fleeing war-torn Ukraine. Snake Island sailors freed as Ukraine and Russia conduct prisoner exchange. The Independent, Ukraine and Russia exchange prisoners for first time since invasion began. Will Poland's good guy status on Ukraine help its standing in the EU? The Guardian, Poland's 10-point plan to save Ukraine. Politico Europe. Live updates. In Poland, Biden to meet with soldiers and refugees. The New York Times. Perspective. Poland's prime minister thinks the US needs to do more to help Ukraine. The Washington Post. Ukraine News Live. NATO to provide 4 more battle groups in Eastern Europe. Russia has lost 15,800 personnel since start of war, Kyiv says. China warned not to support Moscow. Satellite data shows entire Conger ice shelf has collapsed in Antarctica. The Guardian, Conger ice shelf collapses in Antarctica. BBC, Antarctica's Conga ice shelf has collapsed amid record temperatures, satellite images show. The Independent, Conga ice shelf collapses in Antarctica, satellite data shows. Boris Johnson looks on awkwardly as Macron and other EU leaders greet at Nato meeting. The Independent, is Boris Johnson really out of the woods on Partygate? The Guardian, Boris Johnson, Biden and Macron link arms in display of unity at NATO summit. The Telegraph, Biden News, Live, President's approval rating stalls as Americans want tougher stance on Russia. The Independent, Boris Johnson gives comments after NATO leaders meeting on Russian invasion of Ukraine, watch live. Teenager dies after falling from 430 feet ride at Orlando theme park in Florida. Sky News, boy falls to his death from 430-foot amusement park ride in Orlando. The Telegraph, boy, 14, dies after falling from 430 feet Icon theme park ride in Florida. Evening Standard, a 14-year-old fell to his death from the new drop tower ride at Florida's Icon Park, authorities say. WSVN 7 News, Miami News, weather, sports, Fort Lauderdale, 14-year-old dies after falling from Florida amusement park ride. Biden heads to Poland for meetings on Ukraine refugee crisis, US politics live. The Guardian, Ukraine crisis tests unity as Biden visits Europe. BBC, Biden says he'd be very fortunate to have Trump run against him in 2024. The Independent, Biden heads to Poland to witness refugee crisis as Zelensky laments EU sanctions delay. The Guardian, Brussels playbook, energy clash, transatlantic love fest, Ukraine support matrix. He has a lot on his plate, Kremlin denies defense minister is leading a coup, just busy. The Independent, Russian defense minister resurfaces on TV, but for just a few seconds. The Guardian, Sergei Shoigu, Russian defense minister disappears from public view, Herald Scotland. Herald Scotland, Putin's defense chief resurfaces after disappearing from view. Reuters, Ukraine invasion, Russian defense minister missing for 12 days. J.K. Rowling hits back at Vladimir Putin after he drags her into row over cancelling Russian culture. Sky News, Vladimir Putin says Russia has been cancelled like J.K. Rowling as Harry Potter author hits back. The Telegraph, Vladimir Putin defends J.K. Rowling in speech condemning cancel culture in the West. The Independent, J.K. Rowling cited by Vladimir Putin as he accuses the West of trying to cancel Russia. Sky News, Ukraine-Russia, Vladimir Putin cites J.K. Rowling trans controversy as proof the West likes to cancel people. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.